to the weather, we got maybe 2 hours before full blizzard, so we got to move fast.
It looks like it's trying to fly through a force field.
It's a huge magnetic disturbance. That's typically going to be indicative of a void.
There might be a UFO buried somewhere on the mountain and underground.
There's something under there, and it's trying its damnedest not to be found. Oh my gosh!
Hopefully this is enough to breach the tunnel.
So we're not just kicking the hornet's nest, we're just blowing the shit out of it.
Fire in the hole!
You ready?
There is a connection between the paranormal, UFOs, and the myths of ancient history. The clues are scattered across the landscape from a forbidden past, maybe even in your own backyard. There is a connection between the true nature of our reality, consciousness, and the unexplained. I'm Carl the Crusher. Let's explore the unknown. So I spent the morning driving down the mountain to Pioche because I sold one of these necklaces on eBay to a member of our Patreon inner circle. So congrats to you for winning the necklace that I made. And we're up here in season 3 of Mystery at Mount Wilson Ranch. So what I'm doing now is hiking down this hill while the film crew is up in the upper meadow. And I'm here at the lower pond, and I'm gonna hike across the top of it because I believe that the old picture of Jacques Vallée standing in the front with Bigelow and Hal Puthoff and Dr. Tim Ryan, we have a photo of all of them that we've used a lot, and I think that that photograph was taken over here in these rock outcroppings at the top of this hill. So I'm going to try to find and match the exact rocks up behind Dr. Tim Ryan's back, because he's standing there holding all this paperwork and these clipboards, and like there's something important there. And when we were up here with just a couple of days ago with Andy and Paul down searching for signals with that big antenna, we triangulated that signal up this lower meadow, and then Andy split off while we were digging in the tunnel system up there where all the stuff is in the ground. And I came up here and looked, and Andy and the Terra Exploration Group had followed that signal all the way up to this exact same point where I think Dr. Tim Ryan is standing in the photo, clear back when Bigelow owned the property. So all of this stuff is lining up to there being something up here. And so I'm gonna go see if I can find the exact background where that happened. Oh, better watch my step. Well, I gotta be honest with you. I feel like I'm in the right terrain. Like all of these patches are like, could this be it? In the proper angle and lighting, if I move just right. But then the trees in the background doesn't quite line up. So I've been walking from patch of rocks to patch of rocks along this whole ridge from lower meadow to upper meadow. And I'm gonna keep going and just comparing. I've been looking at the photo the entire time. Oh, wait. That kind of looks like it, but the trees don't quite match. Of course, that would have been a long time ago. Cracking the rocks and angles. See, that's what I'm doing. I'm just walking around. I'm also looking for pottery, looking for arrowheads, spearheads, trying to line up the foothills in the background. A lot of these sections look really similar, but not quite the same spot where they were standing. So I hiked all the way up and all the way down. I wish I had more time right now. I got to get back to film a little bit more, but I could not find the exact rock formations to match that photo in the background. It's a little bit difficult. Modern lenses and depth perception versus photography from the 1990s, but you should be able to match the rock formations up. I just need to dedicate like an entire day when I'm not in a hurry to be able to come up and look closer and try to find that. Hopefully Andy and Paul had better luck.
I think he just wanted to see if he could get like some kind of depth on it at that spot.
I know exactly where that's at.
Well, depth is going to be the biggest. Let me go back in and look at that mag image and see what I can figure out. But
Gotcha. And the other thing was that if there is like if there is a tunnel, like or a potential tunnel running from up there towards the lower meadow, could we mark that spot? Maybe that's a potential spot to dig.
see, these guys they don't understand the technology.
Yeah, I'm thinking that this.
Give me a second to think on that, Sean.
I'm thinking that
No
this,
worries.
you know, it was so strong metallic that it just took all the mag energy. And maybe someplace where there was a little less metal showed it as
The mag
These
survey,
guys
I
completely
didn't
believe
even
this
show them
is
the
the-
mag survey, so I don't
An
know what
elevator.
they're talking about.
Well, just it's the spot that needs to be dug until you hit the bottom.
I agree. I think this 60 by 40 spot is going to give us as many
Well,
answers
knowing
as
the
we need,
bottom is there because
or going to give us an entrance to the tunnel either way. By the way, this bottle that we pull out of the hole looks exactly like the bottle in the fireplace.
Oh,
wonder
that,
where that's
yeah.
from.
something underground.
When was the fireplace
That was
made?
from,
Supposedly in the 50s somewhere.
that was when I walked the mag.
I have no. See again, our bottle friends would know what year this is from with the screw top.
I'm going to take
Okay,
this
we're
back
gonna
up
go walk over
and
look at it,
see
I'll
if
get
it
back in.
matches exactly.
Thanks, Rod. I appreciate it.
It may not show.
Hey, and again, if you guys think that it was a bogey, you know what I mean? Was it all red metal?
Yeah.
Just tell them. Just
Well-
go where with it, and let's just fuck with this hole.
But the
You know?
Yeah.
And if that's really the bottom line, like these pop, that's it.
and I know with this in this mound, and that this is where they were saying, well, maybe that's a chamber and all that. But my conclusion was this is the outcropping rocks we're seeing, and this is nothing. It's nothing burger.
It could be a nothing burger. And that's the thing, is that when we came over this way, we were following off the rail, right? The direction of the rail, which turned out to not be a rail.
The mining rail and all of that.
And it's not a rail, it's probably an elevator shaft.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. I didn't know that. That's good to know.
I think he's too far west. Let's all go where we think it is.
Well, I know where it is because I'm the one that walked it.
You're right, you got the GPS, right? I think it's that outcropping right there, yeah. I just went around to the right this way. Yeah, we all hit the same spot. I hit the east end, Jeff's in the middle. This is the same spot, Jeff. Yep.
This is that big outcropping.
Yeah, if it...
It's all. This is
So this is the line. In other
This
words,
whole line looked like that chamber underground made of concrete.
Robert Persson?
I dare you to sit down on that.
And then, look at this, yeah. And the metate stone's right up there.
Walk this way.
That's a Southern Paiute metate grinding stone.
That is?
Right there.
Yeah, cool. Oh, wow, yeah. That's a metate.
Metate stone, grinding stone. And then you walk this way, and there's another one. And this is another one
Yeah.
with flaking.
Oh, wow.
And there's two more over there across the road that we found. And I found a piece of pottery here.
Robert Persson. So, Sean, the stuff that we were seeing on the mag up here by the tunnel site, they're big mineralized rock outcroppings.
We're all voting. We're not going to drill and dig by the indigenous site. We're going to stay at the pit, at the tunnel. We're now convinced all that railing, the heavy lift equipment, the big stuff is all for an elevator shaft.
if it's only as deep as that thing, that would be cool.
Yeah.
You would think it'd be deeper.
Line between this and the lower meadow and just start poking holes and see if you get it.
Or go look at this, drop the rig right down into that thing and just drill in the extra. They were thinking it's 5 feet, 10 feet, but if it's 40 feet, that drill could drill.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 15 feet already drilled.
Yeah.
Have you tried uncovering all this wood?
Send it right over this hole here, first off.
Yeah,
And
this
then-
is going to be
and
part of that hole too.
But
Yeah.
if they don't want to drill in metal, that would always probably that.
Have you tried uncovering all this wood? I don't know. Where'd
So,
you put this here?
so here's what I used to do. This was my burn pit. So I would just burn the shit out of shit.
Trash
The
pit
caretaker that was
to the lower meadow and then
Yeah.
start poking some holes and see if you can hit into a tunnel.
This year was the main gist. You know, it was always like a little indented as the years were going on. But then it went to
Water will go into that hole.
Yeah.
And it have to be a void to take
Oh,
the water, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, if it weren't, it would just keep running off the
Yeah.
surface.
You know, and it, like there was mini white caps coming down there. That's how much water was coming down this mountain this year.
Really?
Yeah.
If I had to vote, I say the time that we have with Jerry, we need to see what this whole sinkhole is and what other vehicles, or if it's an elevator shaft, or make sense of all that crap. That's my vote.
Oh yeah.
I think that you're right, that digging up there is right by the
Useless.
indigenous zone and is useless right
Yeah,
now.
this here, if he wants to find something that goes down to the meadow, they want to find what goes and what is accessing that underground.
Yeah.
You know, this is exactly how the Chinese did it in the old
Yeah.
mining.
A shaft, tunnels going off.
And then to get down to like the lowest section in,
Yeah.
in the valleys, underneath of the valleys, they tunnel down. and
See if
then
he sees it.
he's going right to it.
See the concrete square there? Yeah. Like if there was lifts and supports and beams and towers up here, and then they tore it all out down.
So remember the folder
I lifted this up yet?
Not yet.
Oh really?
That was here, and that was buried in that meadow to the sea.
Okay.
Did you guys know that part?
What? Repeat?
The bulldozer that's at Skinwalker Ranch right now, the D9.
Oh yeah.
We have pictures of it here, but I already know that it was buried to the seat in that meadow.
Really?
Yeah, buried to the seat.
In front of the
It took
cabin down there.
Like sunk in?
Yep.
And all that?
They were doing something with that bulldozer into there, and they got it stuck into where that phased array, whatever.
So why would this end up way over here unless this whole flat area and the whole hill and the
Jerry
dam,
found a broken blade to a bulldozer right over there as well.
if it wasn't pushed out from that that hole or
like
there,
I did this,
dug out.
I pushed this stuff out with the bulldozer one day.
Right.
A bulldozer with a D9?
No, I had a little bulldozer.
I mean, with the one that got stuck?
Yeah.
Oh, big son of a
Huge.
Yeah.
You got the picture of it right on your
Yeah,
phone.
yeah.
Looks like Phil in here too.
Yep. No top.
They could have
Yeah,
used
so-
it to make the dam, but I don't know.
When you go, nature does not recuperate very fast, right? So, if you go, I just scratch that ground like that, it's going to stay like that for a fucking 100 years.
Yep.
So this looks like, this is some big operation was going on here for a long time. And then they covered it up and made it go away.
Exactly. Yeah. Why? Is it all because Big O got away by
We won't.
something? Or is it because they were done
Too
doing
good,
what they were
Paul.
doing, or they took whatever was here, or what is it?
Hardly working.
Nice.
We have a GPS coordinate of a place where.
Oh, yeah, you want to go look?
Yeah.
I'm so happy. The new plan, instead of digging out in the indigenous zone by the metates, we're going to continue to excavate this hole, pull the vehicles out, all of the steel and iron and everything out of this hole, see what's really here. And the new theory is that all of that railing that we think is minecart railing is now more indicative of this being an elevator shaft of some kind. So with just like crap thrown on it to fill it in and to plug it up. So that's the plan. We're going to dig this entire square out, and I'm so glad. I've been wanting to do this for the longest time, and we're finally going to do it in the next couple of days to get to the bottom of this, if there even is a bottom. All right, here we have it. This is the bottle that came out of the giant pit, and here's the fireplace inside the lodge. Notice there's a bottle embedded in the fireplace. So let's see if it is a match. Ready here. Okay, we're gonna go to 0.5. Oh my gosh. Guys, look at this. It's a freaking match almost, is it? Looks pretty dang similar. Not quite though. It is not a match. The bottle in the wall is thinner. It does not have the grooves on the bottom. It's not quite a match, but it looks really similar. Awful suspicious. Now, if you ever come here and visit Mount Wilson, you can check out this bottle. I'll put it right here. They're filming right down there in the upper meadow. I heard the Larens say, whatever's there. The magnetometer has a huge reading, a big reading. So something big is in the upper meadow. And now that I look at it, these rocks up here look more like the photograph. Where Bigelow and those guys are standing on top of that. So maybe it's in the upper meadow, not the lower meadow. Well, we finally got Jerry back on the dig. He had to go back home today, tend to some things, so he missed a few hours of dig time this morning, but we got him back here right at sunset. Now he is right on, almost over the edge of the hole. So we're gonna find out right now what's down here right now. This looks like a bunch of wood thrown in here. Got the caution tape up. The whole vehicle down here we still haven't pulled out, and all this other steel. But yeah, we're back on track finally, figuring out what is in the rest of this sinkhole. Is it more cars? An elevator shaft? Jerry and I are up here by ourselves, might be the only ones that find out. Here comes Justin. What is that? If he opens up the shaft, I might be the first one to know in the whole world here. More sheet metal. There's like just trash and shit down in here too. Looks like just buckets and stuff. Holy crap! What is that? That's like vacuum tubing and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. They definitely threw garbage in here on top of stuff. But why? There's like a whole hub of a wheel. Yeah. Yeah.
Is he able to get this shit out?
Yeah, right under us looks like a bunch of wood beams and stuff too, almost like a mine set. Like, I don't, any given moment, this could just collapse into like a tunnel going down, you know? It's pretty crazy. Howdy. Don't go in the hole, okay? No, no. Odie, you stay out.
You got a family to think about.
Yeah, you got babies now, Odie. There's a cup, yeah. There's another hubcap cover. Pepsi can.
Another weird thing though, like you're just throwing shit in here, it's like you're creating a fucking booby trap.
A giant booby trap, I know.
Right? Like,
I know. Right now it just looks like a giant garbage pit still. But I don't know, when you have the experts that come along and they see a giant pit, an elevator shaft, and tunnels going off with all their scientific equipment, we dig. We don't mess around, we get answers and dig. The idea is one spot at a time, one location after another. If we find anything that seems to be dangerous or unsafe, if it's transmitting signals, causing effects on consciousness, people to experience paranormal activity and see UFOs or whatever, or even if it's just some giant abandoned mine shaft, giant garbage pit that's causing problems or a bunch of questions to the owners of the property, it's good that we get up here and we sort it out one point after another. We still have the weird signal down in the lower meadow. We have more data coming out tonight from the upper meadow, and we still don't know if there's anything deeper in this, but this is looking more and more like a giant garbage pit right now, and less, unless there's a tunnel system or a shaft that's going to open up sooner or later here as we keep digging this, but it might be a lot deeper than we think. Right now it's looking like some bizarre bunch of heavy equipment piled in here for who knows why the hell they would do it all these years back, but we might just be digging up a bunch of Howard Hughes and Bob Bigelow trash. Oh look, here's some more pipes and stuff thrown down in here, popping out of the ground. You never know, one scoop after the next could answer more questions. Right when I say that, he pulls up these giant pipes out of the ground. Who knows where. What is that? Is that an engine? What is all that crap? Oh my gosh. That's like a big oil pan. Craziness coming out of this hole right now.
Take a big excavator, you take one of the points and fix that one on tracks, you can just smash this shit flat like this. They took the sides of the hole down, bend it in, trying to consolidate it down in that hole. Why, I don't know. This stuff here could have been very well been somebody's attempt to get that cat out of there.
Yeah.
Who knows what they tried to do when
Yeah.
the cat was buried down there in the mud. It couldn't get
This was a big hydraulic pressure tank.
railroad ties. That's all railroad
Yeah.
tracks.
Oh, railroad ties, yeah. That's why we're thinking there's a mine shaft or some elevator shaft or something here, you know?
Look at all the mine shafts.
Huge.
That stuff is,
Yeah.
the rail lines are only like this big.
This cage.
Why would this be up here though? Why would this even be so much of this shit?
Well, like you said.
There's tons of it up here that he dragged out, right?
We're trying to get that cat out of that meadow down there.
Yeah.
This may have been an attempt to build a flotation system.
A rail or
Another-
use the railing?
something else to go in there.
Jesus.
Like another machine to drive on top of it.
I don't know.
Or this.
It's fine.
Right, but look at that field weld.
Yeah, somebody welded that.
That came out of the hole.
Somebody's trying to build a 90 out of something.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this big thing, there's just so much weird shit in here, man.
Well, it's looking on the drive. We go down to the farm and you can take it in there and you go see.
Show me their dump pit.
They've got a
I've
pile
been,
out
I've
there.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yep.
I mean, it's
Just like the Cole family. The Coles do the same thing. They have everything's buried on their farm.
well, I mean, and they don't. They've got a couple of pits in there they bury
Yep.
stuff in, but that
So
that
farmers and people like that buried stuff,
Of course.
obviously. But this is during Bigelow era, from the date that we found that they buried this stuff.
And we are of the process of helping you one at a time find out if this property is safe or full of very dangerous shit. So we are one at a time checking these things off the list.
Making sure that we
For
don't
Jeff.
live in a super fun site.
We don't want anybody getting
If
cancer or
if
weirdness.
It's buried. If you leave it the hell alone.
What if you treat the water that's buried underneath of it?
How come everybody up here thinks they're getting abducted by aliens though?
Well,
Right?
When you use the word everyone,
There you go.
that's a fairly all-inclusive.
There you go.
I'm the naysayer from hell.
Fair enough, fair enough.
And it's a garbage pile according to Blair. He doesn't want company up here.
That's right. That's good point. There's an agenda. Blair doesn't want any tourism up here. Keep the hell off the mountain. This is a trash pit. There's nothing interesting up here,
He
according
gets to
to
live
Blair.
on the super fun site. Nobody else.
No one else gets to enjoy this place but Blair. Stay away from his trash.
What else would you call this?
It's a garbage pit right now. Until it's otherwise, it's just a big ass trash pit, Jeff.
Big ass trash pit.
Yeah, but that's what we're trying to find out. It doesn't matter if it's a trash pit or a tunnel into the hollow earth. We're here to get the answers and figure out why the hell Bigelow was up here and what they were doing. Even if it ends up being that they're scamming people or lying to the government or lying
Then
to
at least
you.
we know.
At least we're gonna know. We're gonna get to the bottom of it, just like every other place. Look at the front grille of this truck here. This old like farm truck. The headlights. It's upside down. That's like the front bumper and the grill of a truck or tractor.
Yeah, I had the whole chassis. Remember where
This is the tires. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not on the truck.
No.
Oh, Blair knows exactly what that
What is that
right
off?
there.
What is it?
What?
Hey, I'm gonna go say so long to the police and I'll be back.
It's really hard to say what it's on.
Oh, yeah.
But
Oh, this is
Well, otherwise I had to be here to back you too. So I figured I can be back. You know, and I can do a longer dance. It was getting Andy. It was getting Andy and Bob.
We are doing the initial setup. I'm already mic'd up, getting ready to do another round table discussion in the saloon about the findings in the upper meadow. I have no idea what they found yet.
All right, Bob. You know what your seat is. Why do you sit on this? No.
But you will.
You do not. You do not. Save your bony ass.
Mike, yes, as Andy, could you slide your chair that way? A little bit more, just your hair more. And then could you bring,
The upper meadow GPS, I mean, it's just where it looked, you know, I showed you in the Andy.
So that's, I heard you say it, but I didn't see the screen. That's
Yeah.
what it's supposed to look
That's what they usually look like, yeah.
And then what is it? What's it been?
Well, and then when.
Well, yeah, I don't want to.
I can't see it. I can't see it.
No,
This
probably.
is all
Yeah,
just
yeah.
super suspenseful right now, I promise.
This is what was going on. Up
Dave,
at
you gotta
the,
learn to trust me, bro.
I trust you.
You love me, Dave.
Like
Everything's gonna go through you before it goes online.
Yeah.
Looks like the Matrix.
No, it's not that. My concern is that when you see it for the first time, I have a camera.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And
Right.
That's
Oh yeah, I know.
I totally trust that you're gonna.
Half of the fact when half of this is distracting
And
me.
this
I'm
is down
thinking
the lower
about
meadow.
this.
No, I 100% trust
like
you about
something-
that.
'cause it's
Thank
radio
you.
I
frequency.
want to get the best natural.
Yeah, I am.
I
on
agree.
fire.
I'm on the same
Did you see
page.
me? I was just getting deeper.
I even tell Jeff and Jerry and everybody all the
Every
time.
time
I'm like,
somebody
shut up,
talks on
no,
the
wait
radio,
for Dave, wait for the
yeah,
cameras,
yeah,
right?
do it. So
I was even at breakfast. I was like, stop talking. Stop talking. We gotta wait for Dave. Shut up. I say etch a sketch. Shake the etch a sketch and walk away.
500 megahertz.
And I'm like, no.
Send it down and
Yeah,
right.
You wearing the jacket or you?
Another unique instance, when we were there, in the mining area, the GPS data in our drone became so confused that the drone actually ended up fighting itself and crash landing.
That's, no, we've had it happen hundreds of times. It's interesting that it's happening like this somewhere else.
We also were able to do some post-analysis on the GPS anomalies that actually ended up bringing down our drone.
Oh,
Oh, that's very
interesting. Yes.
And at first, we thought that we might just dismiss the GPS data as corrupt until we actually looked at it. And then when we actually looked at it to see if does it correlate to anything, the errant GPS data in our drone correlates to this red line and each of these yellow placements that connect the corner of Cuba up to the corner of the Bermuda Triangle.
Wow.
That's where our drone thought it was going.
Well, I mean, we've seen anomalies that were 60-something miles away,
Yes.
but this is 1,000 miles
1,000
away.
miles away.
None of our data points to Cuba.
It's disturbing to me.
Yeah.
We knew we were on the edge of the Nevada test site, and it literally seemed like what happened is that the drone had crossed some sort of barrier. It had hit something that intentionally seemed to misguide it.
And you watched it come down with your eyes?
Absolutely.
What struck me about this is that it's very clean but inaccurate data. It's not garbled.
Yeah.
My training at CIA immediately made me think that this wasn't corrupted data, it was intentionally made errant.
What would we call spoofed?
Yes. This is highly suspicious of spoofing to me, and to what end and why there.
Round one of the results of the lower meadow. Holy shnikes. Something jamming the equipment, confusing the GPS, but this time instead of Cuba, Vancouver. We're in Canada now, folks. At the exact same 62-degree angle, it spoofed the drone again from Cuba to Vancouver. So all y'all up in Vancouver, watch your heads. Our drone's coming over through a portal.
So first hole's where he's at.
Interdimensional communication commencing. Engaged.
Out the circle. It goes up.
No, this is
UAV!